While having his meal, the old man suddenly noticed that the lottery ticket on the table was full of flaws. He immediately grabbed a napkin and started calculating the odds of winning. After a series of complex calculations, he came to a shocking conclusion. As long as you spend over $800 on roll-down days for the jackpot, it was practically a guaranteed profit. To test his theory, Old White, half hoping he was right, went to the bank, withdrew $2,000, and headed straight to the town's only lottery retailer.
2,000 windfall tickets.
2,000.
Yes, ma'am.
When the lottery numbers were announced that evening, he secretly wrote them down, hiding it from his wife. But after checking each ticket carefully, he realized that not only did he not make any profit, he actually lost $327. Now he started doubting himself, wondering if he had made a mistake in his calculations. Even while playing cards, he couldn't stop thinking about where he went wrong. His wife noticed how distracted he was and kept trying to comfort him. Then, completely by accident, one simple comment from her suddenly snapped him out of his confusion.
Just because things didn't work out the way you wanted doesn't mean they won't. Good luck happens, same as bad.
Good luck. It happens same as bad.
Yeah, just math.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, man, what a dummy.
After hearing what his wife said, the fog in his mind suddenly cleared. He finally figured out where the problem was, because luck doesn't last forever. It's like flipping a coin. If you flip it 1,000 times, you might get heads 60% of the time, but flip it 10,000 times, and the odds will get much closer to 50%. So as long as the amount of money involved is large enough, luck gets taken out of the equation.
I want to make a withdrawal. $4,200. Well, how much does that leave us with?
In checking, a little over 4.
Make it 6 then.
6.
Eight?
8.
8,000.
Are you sure?
98. 99. 8,000. Thank you, Mitch. There we go. Bye-bye.
When the next lottery draw came around, the old man carefully checked the prize on each of his tickets. And just as he expected, he really hit the jackpot this time. The total winnings were double what he had invested. This insane return left him stunned. Now that he suddenly had over $10,000, he didn't dare tell his wife. So he hid the money inside a popcorn tin in the storage room. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. At a family gathering, his little granddaughter happened to dig up the popcorn tin.
Oh. No, Lizzie. No. Let's not open that.
Why? I want the popcorn.
I know. This popcorn's very stale.
I like stale.
But this is full of sugar. It's no good for you.
I saw you eat 7 Oreos.
You want an Oreo?
You ate them all, Pop.
Okay. All right. Let me just have it for 1 minute. Pop will give it back to you, I promise. You trust Pop now, right? Let me just take 1 minute, and I'll be right out.
He managed to move the money to another hiding spot, but his strange behavior didn't go unnoticed. His wife had already sensed something was off. Later that night, after all the kids had left, she confronted him directly.
Something you want to tell me?
What?
The pantry?
Afraid of his wife as always, the old man had no choice but to confess everything.
I'm playing the lottery and I'm winning. I figured out the math and I won $15,000. It's stuffed inside the frosted mini-wheats box.
Wow.
He thought his wife would blow up after hearing the truth, but to his surprise, she actually scolded him. Not for hiding the money, but for not bringing her along on such an exciting adventure.
I've waited 40 years for it to be just us, and so far we kind of suck at it. I want to have fun. Let's be a little stupid. Huh? We got married when we were 17, so we know how to do it.
Oh, that's true.
We need something for us. I didn't think it would be playing the lottery, but I'd rob a bank if it gave us something to talk about.
Okay.
$15,000.
Yep.
The next day, the two of them brought all their savings to the lottery shop. Now with his wife's full support, the old man decided to go big this time. But unexpectedly, the town's lottery machine had been removed. To buy tickets, they'd have to drive to another town 100 kilometers away. Still, that didn't dampen their enthusiasm. If anything, it made them feel like they were going on a real adventure. After a 2-hour drive, they finally arrived at the neighboring town's lottery shop.
How can I help you?
We'd like to buy 8,000 windfall tickets.
When the shop owner heard how many tickets the old man wanted to buy, he thought it was a joke. But once the old man pulled out a wad of cash, the owner realized they were dead serious. Even so, he explained that the machine could only print 1,000 tickets per hour, and he didn't want to waste 8 hours on this. But the one thing this couple had plenty of was time.
I can do it.
To speed things up, the old man and his wife offered to help. After 8 hours of nonstop work, they finally printed out all 8,000 tickets. To make cashing in easier, they checked into a motel right next to the shop. And after spending the whole night checking numbers, they were shocked to discover
The last one is a 3-number winner.
So we bet 16,000. Which means we made $21,043.
I think we're gonna need more Oreos.
the whole thing felt like a dream come true. On the drive back, the wife suddenly had a bold idea. If the more tickets they bought, the more money they made, why not bring in their friends and family from town? That way, they'd have more capital to buy even more tickets. So once they got back, they met with an accountant and officially set up a joint venture. A company built solely around buying lottery tickets. They gathered all their friends and relatives from the town, shared the results of their 2 trial runs, and explained exactly how they discovered and exploited the loophole. Then they sincerely invited everyone to join in. After they won, the profits would be split according to each person's share. I mean, who could resist a deal that guaranteed profit?
Okay, look, you all have known me for years. This will work, and it'll help everybody.
Everyone there chipped in whatever they could. If they didn't have cash, they contributed valuables to get a stake. For the company's first official buy-in, the old man placed an order. A whopping 40,000 lottery tickets.
You guys drug dealers?
No. Professional lottery players.
I don't think that's a thing.
It is now.
But now a new challenge lay ahead. With that many tickets to print and only one lottery machine, there was no way they'd finish printing them all in a single day.
Can you stay open later?
No, I'm afraid not. Tonight is a drinking celebration with my buddies. Now, admittedly, we do it out there in the parking lot, but I just can't have customers in here. It's a liability.
What if we weren't customers?
Then the old man had a sudden stroke of genius. He pulled out a logo his granddaughter had drawn and offered the lottery store owner a spot in their company. This way, the owner wouldn't just be making money off selling tickets. He'd also get a cut of the profits. Without hesitation, the owner agreed.
I'm in. Can I be in?
Since this round involved a massive number of tickets, the old couple decided to rest for the night and tackle the checking the next morning. But to their surprise, the store owner showed up at their motel first thing the next day, too excited to wait.
He came in. The lottery sends a tally of all the winnings sold by the store. Windfall tickets won $82,000.
And how many windfall tickets did you sell at your store?
Just yours, plus 6 more to me, but those didn't win.
We doubled it.
We doubled it.
We doubled it! We doubled it! We doubled it!
Turned out, they doubled their money again. Now with the store owner as a partner, they no longer had to check the numbers themselves. And from that point on, more and more people joined the venture. To speed things up, the owner even brought in a second lottery printer. Day after day, they kept buying tickets until they had so many, the stacks filled up an entire warehouse. In just a few months, this once sleepy town came back to life. Someone opened a cozy bookstore, someone else bought the newest model sports car. Everything seemed to be turning around. But just as life was getting good, a Harvard grad named Taylor stumbled upon the same loophole. Unlike the old man, Taylor didn't get his hands dirty. Instead, he rounded up his classmates and pitched the idea like a business.
There is just now waiting for you to take it. I found a flaw in the lottery, but it only works if you can bet big. So tell your parents that you have new lab fees, or need books, or got an STD. Whatever it takes, because if we pull this off, then we are legends! Also, I'm gonna need you all to fill out about 300 lottery slips so we don't bet duplicates.
There you go. That's for you. Thank you. You're not filling any out?
No, I'm in charge.
While the others pooled their money and hand-filled the tickets, Taylor, the mastermind, sat back and collected a lion's share of the profits.
$50,000.
From their first win of $50,000, Taylor took $30,000 for himself. But the group soon realized they weren't the only ones playing the game.
Something wrong?
There's another group.
What?
The payout should have been bigger. The only thing that makes sense is another group eating into the pot, so the check sales at every store.
Public information?
No, I hacked the state lottery.
Nice.
It worked. Look at the winnings in Sunderland from only 2 locations.
2 locations. They have to buy tickets for like a week to get those kind of numbers. They're there right now.
Following the trail, they made their way to the town, only to discover that their mysterious rival team was actually an old man and his wife.
You guys are the other group. Oh, man, we thought it was gonna be like a crime syndicate or something.
Taylor tried to invite the old couple to join his team, but the old man turned him down without a second thought. He wasn't doing this for himself. He was doing it to lift up the entire town. When persuasion failed, Taylor resorted to mockery.
You're good at math. Yay. I'm sure that helps out on the farm, but at Harvard, we learn a little something called binomial distribution. Look it up, and you'll see why your odds are better when you fill out your own slips. You're welcome.
But his smugness was met with a sharp, devastating rebuttal.
Binomial distribution only considers 2 factors. Not a third, which is human error, or a fourth, which is the time it takes for you to fill in the tickets. You gain a whopping $32 for every $100,000 you win. You're welcome.
Seriously? Shut up.
Humiliated, Taylor stormed out, though it was clear this wasn't over. Sure enough, the very next day, Taylor came back. If words didn't work, he'd turn to threats.
We hacked into the state lottery to find where you were betting. You don't think that we can hack into your accounts, your credit, your identity? It'll be hard. I mean, most of them think a firewall is something in their chimney, so. But it's over. Enjoy your golden years.
After Taylor left, a sense of unease crept in. The old man knew math, yes, but hacking? That was way beyond him. So after much thought, he gathered all the investors and made an unexpected announcement. They would be shutting down the lottery operation. The room fell into silence. No one understood, but they trusted him enough to agree. Just as the old man was about to leave, his son stepped forward and, for the first time, tried to talk him out of it.
So you're really gonna let some college smartass take all this away from you?
The odds that he might do something outweigh the benefits.
It's not about the math. It's about being human. I've watched you spend so much of your life just being overlooked and pushed around, and nobody knew what you could do. Nobody cared. And then you finally took your shot, and you brought us all with you. You know what you did? You made our little town feel big. That's why they're all in there. That's why I was in there.
As the son walked away, the old man stood there, torn. He didn't want to give up. But what choice did he have? When he got home, his wife saw the look in his eyes. She sat him down and gently reminded him why they had started this in the first place.
The one thing I have never seen you do is give up on a problem before you find a solution.
What do you mean?
Well, you've calculated Tyler's threat and the value of the game, but binomial distribution doesn't consider the third factor. That as long as you and I have each other, we're not afraid to be stupid.
You're batshit crazy.
Encouraged by her words, the old man felt his fighting spirit return.
We're heading to Massachusetts. I see you, go get 'em, boy.
As the next draw approached, Taylor realized his winnings were still minimal. Once again, the old man had taken the lion's share of the prize. When he learned the old man never actually quit, he was furious. In a fit of rage, Taylor came up with a dirty trick. The very next morning, the old man received bad news. Last night's jackpot had unexpectedly rolled down early. He suffered a huge financial loss. Turns out this was Taylor's doing. He convinced a wealthy family friend to flood the system with money, artificially triggering a jackpot rollover, and caught the old man completely off guard. The old man knew who was behind it. Though he had the skills to manipulate the system too, he refused to use such underhanded tactics. Doing so would bankrupt everyday players, and he simply couldn't accept that. But that didn't mean he was out of moves. He headed straight to Harvard.
Hey, Jerry. Why'd you come riding in on your tractor to come give me a whooping?
Believe me, I wanted to.
Where Taylor was proudly bragging to classmates. Faced with Taylor's smug provocations, the old man stayed calm.
I was always good with math, but it took a long time for me to figure people out.
So, tell us, Jerry, what did you figure out?
That the solution isn't numbers. You told me that I was playing the lottery because I had nothing else. But the reason you won't share the pot is because you have nothing else. You think being the smartest guy in the room is all that matters. But it turns out it's this room that matters. All these bright young people helping you get rich. How are you helping them? Guess you haven't run the math out on that, huh? Anyway, my tractor's running. I wish you all the best of luck.
Then he turned and walked away. That one line hit home. Taylor's classmates suddenly saw through the facade. They tossed away their lottery slips, no longer willing to be his pawns. The old man then went to the lottery commission and revealed the exploit used to manipulate jackpot rollovers. The company listened carefully and implemented real-time transparency.
It posted the jackpot. The lottery changed the website. You can track the jackpot online. We can't roll it down anymore. Shit.
Now every jackpot total was public, live, and traceable. No more secret rollovers. But that also meant publishing every winner's information. With full transparency in place, the old man's massive winnings drew attention from the tax authorities. They launched an investigation, but when they visited his warehouse, they were stunned. He had preserved every winning ticket and paid taxes diligently, down to the last cent. Taylor, on the other hand, had no receipts. His shady bets were deemed illicit gambling, and he was expelled from school. When the old man heard this, he decided to rally the town for one final big push. But as he arrived at the lottery shop, he saw machines being dismantled. He rushed in, only to hear the worst. This type of lottery was being shut down. The company had realized it was losing too much money. Today would be the final draw. And just like that, his extraordinary journey came to an end. That night, as the old man sat in silence, friends brought him to the town square. There, to his surprise, the entire town had gathered. As he walked in, everyone stood and applauded. They had prepared a gift. They'd bought every remaining lottery ticket across the state and gave them to the old couple. Everyone thanked him from the bottom of their hearts. Because of him, their poor little town had come back to life. The old man realized the real exploit wasn't in the numbers. It was in understanding the power of people. Trust beats any algorithm. Unity crushes capital. Taylor used tech to find a flaw, but he missed the biggest truth. The people together were the greatest force of all. They proved that you don't need a perfect script to succeed, just the courage to take that first step, even in an ordinary life. This isn't fiction. In real life, a couple just like them won $27 million over 10 years, all by working with their neighbors. Turns out, if you're good at math and science, you really can conquer the world. If you're watching this right now, leave a comment. My luck is coming. Because maybe, just maybe, his luck will find its way to you too.